Hello, I'm David Lawson. Welcome to Game Day. That's all I got for the title of this Game Day because this is Game Day for not only big time football in the ACC today, but we also got a doubleheader with the Crown Jewel. If you're into wrestling, WWE Crown Jewel is today at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, starting on the East Coast, at 8 o'clock at Saudi Arabia time. And if you're on the West Coast, it starts at 10 o'clock. And the pregame, the pre uh, the pre kickoff show for Crown Jewel will kick off at 11 a.m. on the East Coast, and what is it? 8 o'clock a.m. No, 9 o'clock a.m. on the West Coast, and 6 o'clock p.m. on the Saudi Arabia time. All these times go confusing. And while we're talking about time, don't forget to change your clocks back and fall back tonight before you go to bed. On the uh, we will fall back to change the time. But we got big time ACC football also today. We got four teams that are undefeated in the ACC, and one of them will be beaten, which will come down to three of them. SMU, Pittsburgh play, and they're both undefeated. So one of them, something's got to give somewhere. So, so we'll go to football. Let's talk about football before we get into wrestling. Um, we got a lot of games, quite a few games today. Got Duke at Miami at 12 noon. Stanford at North Carolina State, also at 12 noon. Virginia Tech at Syracuse at 12 noon. North Carolina at Florida State at 3:30 p.m. Louisville at Clemson 7:30. And Pitt at SMU will be the last game, and that will decide who the three unbeaten teams will go down to 4-3. We got other teams that are vying behind that. I don't know what they will do. Virginia Tech, Louisville, they're right in the middle. Georgia Tech, Duke is somewhere down below it. And Syracuse, and then you got Wake and Virginia that'll battle out probably for the 10th or 11th spot. Boston College, NC State, North Carolina will battle it out somewhere in between that. Then we got Florida State and California that will battle out more than likely for the basement cellar dwellers, they call it. So let's take a look at uh, the actual standings of the ACC. Clemson's at 5-0, Miami's at 4-0, SMU's at 4-0, Pitt's at 3-0, Virginia Tech's at 3-1, Louisville's 3-2, Georgia Tech's 3-3, Duke is 2-2, Syracuse is 2-2, Wake Forest is 2-2, Virginia's 2-3, Boston College is 1-3, North Carolina State's 1-3, North Carolina, I said it's 1-3, right? Okay, Stanford is 1-4, Florida State is 1-6, and California is 0-4. So the overall record, well, right now it's the race to see who goes to bowls too. You know, we don't know who's going to go to bowls. That's still up in the air. We know a lot of these teams that have already reached uh, the bowl eligibility is Clemson, Miami, SMU, Pitt. So we still got some teams. Oh, and Duke has reached it. They're 6-2. So we got some teams that can go, like Virginia Tech, Louisville, Georgia Tech within a game, bowl eligibility. Other teams that are knocking on the door but could is Wake Forest, 4-4, Virginia at 4-4, Boston College at 4-4, and North Carolina State at 4-4. So they got to win two games in order to be bowl eligibility, but that don't guarantee a bowl game. So Um, then we got Stanford and Florida State and California. I think they're out of it because their combined total is like seven wins, and so we're going to go into this, and we're going to go into all the other stuff here later on when we get in, and then we'll get into the WWE Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel is coming up at 1 o'clock. All things are really taking shape today in the sports world. So when we have WWE and we have ACC college football, so all that is taking place today. So like I said, we'll start off with Duke at Miami. The series, Miami leads the series at 15-6. The last meeting, Duke won 45-21. Stanford at North Carolina State series first ever meeting. Last meeting was the first time. That'll be at noon. Then we have Virginia Tech at Syracuse at noon. Then we got North Carolina at Florida State. That'll be at 3:30. The Syracuse leads the series 11-9. Last meeting, Virginia Tech won 38-10. Also, it'll be North Carolina at Florida State, 3:30 p.m. on the ACC Network. Series Florida State leads that series 17-3-1, but that can change all today. North Carolina can very well beat Florida State. And then we got Louisville at number 11 Clemson. That Clemson leads the series 8-0, and that'll be a late night game at 7:30. Then we have number 18 the Pitt at number 20 SMU. A really good game should be. That'll be determined the unbeaten's. There's four. These are two of the teams that are unbeaten. One will be beaten at the end. SMU leads that series 3-2-1. Last meeting, SMU 28-6 in 2012 in the Compass Bowl. So that was the last time that they met. That was a long, long time ago. So we got a lot of games today, and from the ACC, a lot of good games. So I'll let you know what my pick is before we go to wrestling. I'm picking Miami over Duke, North Carolina State over Stanford, Syracuse over Virginia, and North Carolina over Florida State, and Clemson over Louisville, and then probably a really good game. It should be close. Pitt at SMU. I'm picking Pitt. We have byes. Wake Forest, Cal, BC, Virginia are all off today. The close games that I think that could be close would be Stanford and NC State, Pitt, SMU, and Duke, and Miami. So I think those games will come down and it will be close. So now let's switch gears to WWE Crown Jewel at 1 o'clock. Some of y'all might be watching this afterwards or during it, but we're going to show you a preview of it. Lasts a little bit, so here we go. Women's Tag Team Champion Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Carrie Saint and Io Scott versus Lash Legend and Victoria Jackson versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven in a fatal four-way tag team match at Crown Jewel. WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Jade Cargill will defend their titles in a fatal four-way. After the fourth tandems clashed with each other to bring Coyotes to WWE over the several weeks, general managers Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, and Ava came together to make a fatal four-way match for the title. Champion LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmella Hayes in a triple threat match. LA Knight will defend its United States Championship in a triple threat match against Carmella Hayes and Andrade at WWE Crown Jewel. The explosive rivalry between Andrade and Carmella Hayes has created some incredible matches with the two superstars emerging victorious against each other 3 times apiece. Although Game 7 between the two superstars were decided to challenge United States champion LA Knight, the megastar abandoned his duties as special guest referee and hit Hayes and Andrade with a BFTs. As a result, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis decided that both combatants would challenge Knight for the title. Versus Kevin Owens at WWE Crown Jewel. Former friends will go to war as Randy Orton battles Kevin Owens. When undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes chose to team with Roman Reigns against the Bloodline at WWE Bad Blood, Owens took it as a personal betrayal, and KO attacked the American Nightmare in the parking lot following the PLE. The issue soon expanded to include Randy Orton, and shortly after, Rhodes was told by management to concentrate on his championship versus champion match at WWE Crown Jewel against Gunther. And when the Viper stepped in to stop Owens' aggression, the frequent allies again, the Bloodline ended up coming to blows. Following their altercation, Paul Triple H Leverett was reluctant to allow General Manager Nick Aldis to make a match between Orton and Owens since he felt the highly personal issue would be very dangerous for all involved. And after WWE Apex Predator confronted Triple H face-to-face, though WWE Chief Content Officer finally granted the request. Seth freaking Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed. Seth freaking Rollins will go head-to-head with Big Bronson Reed at WWE Crown Jewel. The monstrous Reed made a powerful statement at the expense of Rollins when he attacked the Visionary out of nowhere with 6 earth-shattering tsunamis on the Raw after SummerSlam. After being on the shelf for 2 months, Rollins re-emerged looking for a payback and stomped Reed onto the steel ring steps to cost him his last monster standing match against Braun Strowman. The two superstars eventually engaged in a series of chaotic brawls, resulting in an irate Raw manager Adam Pearce making a match for WWE Crown Jewel. Nia Jax versus Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. WWE is set to make history when Nia Jax takes on Liv Morgan in a high-stakes champion versus champion match at WWE Crown Jewel. Announced by Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levitt. The WWE Bad Blood this year's PLE will feature the WWE Women's Champion against the Women's World Champion to determine the first ever Women's Crown Jewel Champion. A title made of 50 carats of diamonds that will signify the best of the best. Liv Morgan is riding high as the Queen of the Judgment Day since taking Rhea Ripley's title. Factions and boyfriend Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Morgan is as cunning as the title holder as there has been at some time, and dangerous does not even begin to describe her. Don't miss this exciting match coming up on Crown Jewel this Saturday, November the 2nd at 1 p.m. The undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes versus World Champion Gunther. WWE will once again make history when Cody Rhodes takes on Gunther in a champion versus champion match at WWE Crown Jewel, announced by Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levitt. The WWE Bad Blood. This year's PLE will kick off an annual match pitting the undisputed WWE Champion against the World Heavyweight Champion to determine the first ever men's Crown Jewel Champion, a title made up of 50 carats of diamonds that will signify the best of the best. Yeah, that's right. It will kick off the WWE Crown Jewel. They will kick it off at the Crown Jewel, and this will be the first match. The American Nightmare has arguably become the face of WWE since he finished his story with a WrestleMania victory over Roman Reigns and retained the title against the likes of AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa, and Kevin Owens. Now he will stand across the square circle from the ring general Gunther, becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, and later defeated Damian Priest to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. Don't miss WWE Crown Jewel streaming live Saturday, November the 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. p.m. on Peacock in the United States and on WWE Network everywhere else. So there you have it. ACC football and Crown Jewel all wrapped up into one. Hope you enjoy all of your games and tune in to wrestling also when you're not in between times. And we will see you next time on ACC Game Day, along with Crown Jewel. But this is a special edition, and so you next time it'll be Game Day with just football. So see you after a while. Have a good day. Bye bye.